there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video of Linux. This time around I'm going to be showcasing Day of Infamy, which was released on the 23rd of March 2017, after being in early access after starting its days as a World War II mod for Insurgency. This is basically now a full-blown game which has been developed by a mixture of the original devs from New World and members of the modding community. Now, I've always been a pretty big fan of Insurgency ever since it got a Linux port, and I'd never heard much about Day of Infamy until Linux made a post about it on its full release date. So once I heard it was basically Insurgency but set in World War II, I couldn't really stop myself buying it. It currently retails at £15 on Steam or the Humble Store, so it's not a bad price either for a full-blown multiplayer FPS. Starting off, the game features 10 maps which range from war-torn cities, villages and even the beach of Normandy. There's certainly enough sights to see. Upon entering these maps there is quite a lot of game modes available to make the game a different experience, such as capture point, stealing enemies' intelligence, assassinating enemy officers, so on and so forth. There is a lot to make the game stay nice and fresh. When you join a battlefield there are 9 player classes to choose from, ranging from an officer who dishes out commands to his troops, a radio man to a marksman who picks people off from a distance. There's a ton of weapons to choose from with each class as well, to which you can modify to a certain extent with attachments for you to mess around with. As you complete each match you will earn XP towards a new rank. Once earned you will receive new items like melee weapons and skins for your guns. The upgrades are thankfully all cosmetic and have no actual impact on gameplay other than looking good. The game uses the Source engine, so I guess by some people's standards the game looks outdated, which in some cases is true. But you don't need a game to have loads of flashy light effects to stand out nowadays. Either way, I loved the look of Insurgency and I love the look of this as well, especially when it comes to performance. I cranked this game up to maximum settings and it runs like a dream, usually pumping out way over 100 frames per second, which is perfect for me since I use a 144Hz monitor, so them extra frames are huge for me. Personally, I've been really enjoying this game. It's an absolute ton of fun. Insurgency was always one of them games that at some point or the other I'd always end up playing, and I can certainly see Day of Infamy claiming that throne. I love how it's similar to Insurgency in quite a lot of ways. For example, when you are shooting people you don't get any sort of hit markers to indicate any damage that you have dealt. And once you deal enough damage to kill someone you don't get any information regarding that either. So you really need to keep a keen eye sometimes to be able to tell whether you've killed someone or not, especially if it's from a distance. It does add a side of difficulty that we don't see from many first person shooters nowadays. It's the same when you are mid-fight, you can't just tab to check your kills to deaths, which is a curse that is bestowed upon most first person shooters nowadays, as people get stuck on a score screen and end up wasting their time looking at stupid things like the kill to death. The HUD as a whole is very minimalistic. I like how when you die you don't instantly respawn as well. You spawn back in waves with the rest of your teammates, so it sort of gets people to focus more on the objective than blindly running in with the hopes of living. To add to the difficulty is friendly fire. I found myself a few times spinning around with my teammates being behind me and I panic and shoot them by accident, so you need to be careful who you shoot. I've noticed a couple of bugs and glitches here and there, like how on the loadout screen the soldier's eyes are completely white and it looks kinda creepy, but thankfully not come across anything that screws with the game too much. Overall the game is fantastic fun and I can't recommend it enough. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, rate and subscribe for future Linux content and peace the hell out. See you later.